Alright, so we are doing one of the round pieces. I cut out 4 of them, and I put the decal on, and there's the black decal, and you can see hopefully the runes there open, not resisted, so that they will get etched away. And I didn't do a very smart thing with these. With the other ones, I put the decal on and I left the paper on, and then I sprayed them with the Plasti Dip. All this black is decal, and then I took the paper off without spraying the Plasti Dip. So I had to put some masking tape around the edges. I don't know. I didn't know how else to cover up the front, maybe with masking tape or something, and then Plasti Dip the whole thing and then take the masking tape off. So I did Plasti Dip the back. I put some, you can see the tape here. This is the tape from around the edge, really stretched around. And then I Plasti Dipped the back. Before I did that, I just took my TIG welder and made a little puddle on the back and stuck some rod onto it. First I tried a nail. I figured the head would, fit into the puddle, but the head of the nail, this small, just melted away. So I ended up with the rod, which is fine. I did that on all of them, of course. I did the same mistake on all of them. So in the future, I think I would weld a piece on, then, because I did make a little bubble in the vinyl. It held up really well, actually, to the heat. It just made a little bubble on 1 or 2 of them. Not on all of them. This one wasn't touched at all by the heat. Maybe I did this one much more quickly. Anyway, so next time I would leave the paper, I would weld the thing on, because you need an attachment point for the positive electrode. So, god damn it. So I'll have to fix that in a second, because it looks like my clip came off, although it's still bubbling. I'm not sure why. So I would weld that on, attach that somehow. You could solder it on, do whatever you want, drill a little hole, and then apply it, leave the paper on, Plasti Dip the whole thing, and then take the paper off, and then do it. I'm doing this for the bubbling stuff. I'm doing this for 20 minutes, and then we'll take a look at it, because the big ones, the hammers, took about 40 minutes and change, I think. I did try this, because I'm only using 1 battery with this, and it just burned right through in, I don't know, 10 seconds. So I went and got this. So let me fix this, let me put that back on and keep going, and we'll check in when it's done. Alright, so I'm back just seconds later. I'm kind of, as you know, I'm kind of a moron. So I put the alligator clip, it wasn't the alligator clip that, that burned through, it was the wire, the thin wire. So I thought I would be smart, and I took the wire off of there and I put this thicker wire on there. But the alligator clip was in the water. So the alligator clip was eaten away. There's you can see where the runes are being eaten away. The alligator clip was just eaten away. Duh! So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I may have to weld a longer piece so it sticks out of the water, I guess. And I shouldn't have taken the Plasti Dip off of here. I guess I'm going to have to because this all got Plasti Dipped. Maybe some, I don't know. I'll figure it out and get back to you. Alright, so what I ended up doing is cleaning up these whatever I had on the back. So sometimes it was a filler rod and sometimes it was a nail. I cleaned them up, and then I just soldered a 12 gauge wire on there. And I did it, I did 2, and there's 2 more cooking. I say chooching. And so let's have the big, I took the stuff off the back already. So it looks like they're done. It's hard to tell sometimes until you get the vinyl off of there. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to get the vinyl off. All right. See how we do. I got issues here. Can you see that? This side looks amazing. And then we get over here, and obviously we had some of the resist was not resisting. So these two words, whatever, and these here. So this whole bunch, this whole section from here to here is screwed up. I'm not sure what, I guess I can look from the other one. Let me look into this. I'll open up the other one and see how it is. Alright, so here's the second one. And you can see that this one, I mean, maybe I left it in too long. I guess it was 25 minutes. And I wouldn't think that was too long. The other things were in there for a total of 40 minutes, sometimes longer. But I guess I'm going to shorten this one, the two that are in there, I'll shorten that to 10 minutes and see how it goes. I don't have any more of these rounds. I'll have to cut some more. They're really deep. I don't know if you can tell how deep they are. They're really quite deep. It's, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch. It's pretty deep, but unreadable, unusable. It's just all the letters blur together. There's a lot of undercutting, so maybe it's too long. Maybe it's my fault. All right, so I'm gonna cut this back from 25 minutes to, I don't know, say 10 or 12, and then we'll check them. So I'm back upstairs just moments later here. I was up here applying the decals to the second hammer and realized I should show you this, what I'm doing this time, a little different from last time when I went down to check the etching and found that to be screwed up. So here's the second hammer. The first side, see if we can, still needs to be cleaned up obviously. Let's see if we can get you a picture of that. So that came out really nicely. It's got some cleanup to do. But for this one, for all of these other ones, I cut the decal, come back a little bit. I cut the decal on the outside. So here's an example. I cut it on the outside of the red line so that when I went, and then I had to take a razor and cut inside the red line so that I could remove this white paper here later on. And I could remove the white paper around the red line, the outline, during the etching process. Or, I'm sorry, before, while I was plasti dipping, while I was applying the resist. I keep saying plasti dipping, but it's really applying the resist. And cutting this out with the razor, the inside, was a big pain in the ass. So this time, I'm trying a little experiment. I'm not sure I should experiment with an existing hammer, but I got to get this done. It's been, more than a month I've been working on this. There's my timer to check the etching. This time, what I did was cut just inside the red line. So I cut just here. I don't have good light here. I cut just inside the line. So, God damn it, I wish my hands would not do that. So it looks like that. And that's what I've applied here. So now I can plasti dip the whole thing, right? Apply all four sides, put some mask around here, plasti dip, resist the whole thing. And this is all porosity from my crappy welding. That's not going to happen in the future now that I have some argon. Anyway, apply the resist, and then there's nothing to cut here. When I'm ready to etch, I just have to take my razor and cut right on the edge of here. I guess there is cutting because I have to free this paper up from the resist. But I don't have to be so careful. I can just run the razor right along the edge of the paper. As long as I have a fairly straight line. Again, nobody's measuring this with a micrometer, so if it's not a perfectly straight line, then no, you're not going to notice. Nobody's going to notice. You know, even if you look at it carefully, you're not going to notice. As long as I take my razor and run it along the line, then I can remove the paper, leave all the rest of the resist, and etch. Because if I leave it like this, then I have to take my razor and run it this is all covered with black. So it's all covered with Plasti Dip or some kind of resist. Then I have to try and guess, really, where the inside of this red line is with my razor as I'm cutting. And I think that's leading to more waviness than this will. I think this is a better option. But time will tell. So that's what I'm doing, and we'll see if it works out. As I do this, as I peel the paper off the next sticker, here's another pitfall that we run into. So this thicker white paper comes off. The thin backing stays on, then we apply it, and then after the resist is on, we pull that off. So as we're pulling it's still in frame? Yeah. As we're pulling this thick paper off, almost all the time, some of the decal wants to stick to this paper. So I take you have to take something small and carefully pull it off of the paper, kind of free it, and sometimes a little bit of the paper actually comes off. It's stuck so well. So then I start from the other side, if that happened. And it almost never happens, repeatedly on the same one. So there, now that I've got it free, I can usually stick it back down like that and then continue. It happens less, I was going too fast on this one, it happens less if I pull it back on itself like this, but this one seems to be a troublesome one. If I just pull it up, then it happens a lot, but if I pull it back on itself like that, it only happens it usually only happens a few times per decal. I don't know if there's a fix to that. I doubt it. Maybe the way I'm handling them, I'm holding it down with this finger in the back, so maybe I'm, pushing it down too much and making that happen. I don't know a different way of controlling the the decal as a whole. This is happening a lot. This is unusual that it would happen this much. It's really easy to fix, except when it happens with tiny little pieces like that. When that comes off, then you have to be really careful to put it back down and then carefully place it where it goes. All right? All right. Just be careful. All right, we're about to start the last half of the second hammer. That other method, the new method of putting these on, cutting the outside rectangle completely off, worked really well. It gave me a nice clean line to cut with the razor. They all came out straight. Alright, so again, I've got my 4 sacrificial pieces of metal. We're going to use 2 batteries, and we're going to go 20 minutes check and then 20 minutes. Although, I don't know. I debate. Sometimes when I take the toothbrush and I brush off after 20 minutes because there's a big wad of I don't even know what it is, a big wad of crap on each one. The second time at least that I brushed, some of the decal came off. So I'm tempted to go just straight 40 minutes and see what happens. Maybe I'll do that. I'll let you know. All right. So here we have 12 minutes. I don't know if you can see. I hope you can see. They are in fact very deep again and unusable. they're, I don't know, it's a lot of undercutting, and the letters blend together. They kind of ran together. Like right there, you can see it's, I'm right out of frame. I don't know if you can see. I can see that right there, it's like it's all blurred, like somebody took an eraser and just went. This is supposed to be two separate letters, and they're mixed together. This one is worse yet. So these were 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in touch with the guy. The other, I mean, the vinyl, the stickers and the vinyl themselves is great. I think these letters have to be bigger and more substantial. So we'll try that. I'll get in touch with him. Otherwise, we're getting close to these hammers. Once we get these, we can assemble them. So hopefully we'll have a quick turnaround. So I was just about to post this video and I realized I never followed up. I got caught up in the messed up round pieces and I never followed up with this second hammer. So here are the etched ends. They came out really nice on both of them. Both of the hammers came out really nice. I'm very happy with them. The decals, I put a link to the guy who sold me the decals up on the description, so you can get them on Etsy, and he's going to be selling them. Because these are just great. When I first started, I didn't imagine I would be able to do this, and there you go, and you can too. So, you know, you need the right decals and maybe a little practice, but your hammer can look better than mine, you know. So there you go.